Alright, and we are now live with Killbot. Let me adjust this right quick. Nice little last minute adjustment. Alright, we got a couple people in here already. And it might take about a minute or so for this to appear on my phone. I'm doing this just like last time, where I have the iPad shooting me, and I'm gonna have my phone to read the comments. That way I'm not scrolling around. Hey, what comments are being read this time? And my eyes being on cross-eyed and everything, because I know that annoys all of you. Yep, Killbot and Gor Gor Attack. Hey look, I'm watching myself. Well, that being said, let's crack open a can of Dew from the Mountain, because this is a Killbot and Gor Gor Attack live stream. We are celebrating 40,000 subscribers that we hit earlier this week. Thank you all so much. It is wonderful. It means so much to me. Now, if we can hit 50,000, that lovely number by the end of this year will be golden. Now it's time to drink from the goblet of gore. In this case, a can from the goblet of whatever. Now, I got two of these right here. I'm gonna sit here for the next hour, be fast-paced as possible. I've been looking forward to this all day. I know there hasn't really been a regular upload since the Ghoul comic video, so if anybody hasn't seen that, go give it a watch. It may be short, but it's just as worth watching as all of my previous videos before then. Now, in the meantime, I do have a Metalhead box video coming up pretty soon, but enough of my yakking. Let's get to talking, because I love talking to you wonderful people. Now, let's see. Mad Max 81, yo. Shazazzle, what's up? Nobody, yo. Too Fast for You, yo. Vengeance Falls 96, what's up, my dude? Hey, how you doing, man? Hey, Tony. Hey, how you doing? Let's see. Freaking Slayer says, what's up, dude? ZeroGamer.org says, my cock is a dishwasher. Well, that ought to keep your electric bill and your water bill pretty low, I would imagine. The Desecrator says, sup you bastard. I don't know why it's hiding some of these comments. Don't worry, I'm gonna let some of them in. Don't worry. Let's see, who else? Xander Laumya. Let's see, he says, fuck yeah, okay, cool. Let's see, Thrash Factor, hi Killbot, hey, how you doing? Let's see, lots of sups, everyone, lots of hellos. Let's see, Konnichiwa. Let's see, Thrash Factor, Danny Kirkle on Insta, you know me? Yeah, you send me messages and your friends got to your phone. Anyway, the other day. Now let's see what else. Ace Productions, have you ever heard of this band called Wasp? Yeah, they were in The Decline of Western Civilization 2. A rather fun documentary about the rock and metal scene in Los Angeles in the 1980s. I did a video on it last year, if y'all haven't seen it. I was glammed out. I had my hair teased. I was wearing a bandana. I didn't have a shirt on, and I had this lovely jacket on, so if any of you want to see me look like a glam rocker, well, check out the end of that video. Let's see. Loser says, my sister once said you look like Jesus, and I can't stop thinking about it. You know, people have suggested I get into acting. You know, I think that's a role I could pull off pretty well. I wouldn't mind acting. You know, I mean, I feel like YouTube, it's not Hollywood, but it's a precursor enough to the acting experience that I feel like if you're good enough, you could probably transition pretty easily. I don't know where I would sit on that scale, but okay. Jeff Handlebar says, congrats on 40K, man. Thank you. The Goo Man says, what parking lot is this, LMAO? Well, my home does not have internet, unfortunately, so this is the school parking lot, an elementary school, that I upload most of my videos in. See, this parking lot, I was able to obtain the password to the Wi-Fi here, and the bandwidth here. The internet speed is 5 times faster than my local Starbucks. So a 30-minute video only takes like 10 minutes to upload, which a lot of you who upload your own videos, you're like, oh, you lucky bastard. Anyway, what else? Ben Long, Tony, I just saw Nile a few weeks ago. It was insane. Well, glad you liked it. I saw them back in 2016, the Summer Slaughter Tour, and they nailed it. Woo! They were so good. That was the last tour they did with Dallas Tullerwade. They're playing tonight in Asheville, I believe. And, no, I want to say they're playing in Asheville or Charlotte. I can't remember. They're playing in Durham tomorrow night, which I was going to go to, and then I had a change of heart at the last minute. Decided to go see Ministry tomorrow, which I'm really excited for. So anybody who's coming to the Raleigh show to go see Slayer, Ministry, Primus, if anybody's going to be there, please feel free to send me a message. I'll be more than happy to meet up with you if you want a picture or just say hello. Give me money. I don't know. Or if you have Mountain Dew, that's just as good. Let's see. Oh, $5 super chat. Hell yeah, from the Metal Aesthetic. Death Metal Dalton says hi. Hey, thank you so much, dude. Hey, let me tell you about Death Metal Dalton, y'all. And that's his name on Instagram, by the way, if y'all want to pay some respects to him. There was a show that was coming to Charlotte a couple weeks ago. Amon Amarth, Arch Enemy, and At the Gates. And I wasn't really planning on going because I was saving my money for this Slayer show. And he was like, hey, look, man, if you go, I want to meet you. So if you go, I will buy your ticket for you. I said, oh, really? Well, in that case, tell you what, here are a few records in my collection. I'll trade you for a ticket. So, very cool. Yeah, got to see a great show. I still don't really like Arch Enemy because I think, you know, Alyssa's kind of a prima donna. But Jeff Loomis is badass, Michael Amon is badass, and they know what they're doing live. So there's a reason that they're, you know, legendary in the live band status. Now, At the Gates, whew, I was obsessed with those dudes back in middle school, and they were good. Anyway, so back to the comments. Let's see. What do you think about 20 bucks spent? Oh, yeah, that doom metal stuff. I was obsessed with all that when I was 15, 16 years old, you know. Asunder, Graves at Sea, Brain Oil, they had their album distributed through there in some parts of the world. I want to say Coffins is on that label, too. They're pretty good. Let's see. Eliam Cell says, your hair rules. Why, thank you. Thank you very much. I just washed it a couple hours ago. It's still not totally dry, but I feel like, yeah, it's neat enough. It's usually puffed out. But I wanted to get this live stream done tonight before the daylight savings thing happens tomorrow. And what's going to happen is it's going to be dark as shit around here. And in North Carolina, around 6 o'clock this time of year, it is dark. So here we are in the daylight, nice clear picture view. You can see the sunset behind me. Maybe at the end, I'll ride off into the sunset or something like an old Western movie. I don't know. Oh, whoa! Oh, my pee-pee! A $20 super chat from Xenoscar. Just a smiley face? Dude, where do you live? I will do terrible, disgusting things to you in confidentiality for that. Thank you so much. It really helps my habit of the do. And concert tickets and shirts and, of course, equipment to do YouTube videos. I've been thinking about buying a new camera lately. You know, Emily Herweg, she just got a new camera. I forget what it is. It's a Canon, but it shoots 4K. And knowing that she went to school for photography, she's not going to pick a camera that sucks. So if that camera's good and if it's cheap enough, then, hey, maybe I'll do it. Like this right here, iPhone 6 Plus. This is what I use to shoot most of my videos. And it gets great resolution. But I'll tell you what, the newer iPhones, like the one that's, the 11 that's coming out, whew, the colors really pop on that. Unbelievable. And 4K resolution, obviously. Let's see, so. $50 from the Metal Aesthetic DAP. Jesus Christ. Okay. You want a Skype session with me, man? Send me a private message on Instagram or the Facebook page or something, and I'll be more than happy to Skype you. We'll work out a schedule or something, dude. Thank you so much. That's going to get me a shirt tomorrow, probably. Those Ministry shirts. Somebody posted a picture of their merch table, and look, their album, The Mind is a Terrible Thing to Taste, turns 30 years old in, like, 2 weeks. And they're having a 30th anniversary shirt there, just like they did last year for the Land of Rape and Honey. So that shirt is sick. Somebody show me a picture of that. Let's see, what else? Joshua Kidder, yes, I'm out of school. You know, in the daytime, little children come here to play and, you know, be taught science by Miss Katrina, who's secretly having an affair with the gym coach, and in the evening hours, there might be a wild Killbot out there uploading videos about necrophilia and metal! Alrighty, now what else is going on? Roy Star says meow. Deathlike Review says both holes. Yep, good holes. Let's see, what else? What? People honking, that's the only thing about doing this here. Wait, is he in that parking lot? No, he's not. Okay. Allie asks, hi Tony, what is your favorite album of 2019? You know, I really liked the new Possessed album. A lot. In fact, actually, I probably like it more than their old stuff. If that's even possible. Like, The Eyes of Horror is unbelievably awesome. But this... And people say comeback albums suck. That's only true 3/4 of the time. The other fourth, though, whoa. Alrighty. Killbot rules. 40K from X150X35 is the error. Awesome. Thank you very much. 40,000 subscribers. Let's see if we can get to 50,000 by the end of the year. That'll be a lovely, wonderful Christmas present. Maybe next year I'll finally hit the 100,000 mark and I'll be able to get that button. Maybe they can go ahead and send Mike the Music Snob his button too. YouTube is real finicky like that. Anyway, Roach Class says, love you. Thank you very much. Oh, Irina Ranelli says, great job on your milestone. If any YouTuber deserves that many subscribers, it would be you. Oh, thank you. Thank you so much. I am so loved by all of you. Let's see. Do you like Asphyx and Impaled Nazarene from Lackles? Yes, I do. Kaiser Wilhelm II, happy 40K, man. Just picked up a death shirt from the swap meet today. Next year you should come to San Diego, Metal Slap Meet. Maybe I will. I went to San Diego a few years ago on vacation, and I really loved it. There's a restaurant there called El Indio. Mexican restaurant. Best goddamn Mexican food I ever had in my life. In fact, it was so good that me and my family, we went back there again the next night. So good. Ace Productions, who you prefer, Megadeth or Metallica? Megadeth, but neither of them are Ghoul. How's that for an answer? Now let's see, what else? Guar Scout, Metal Hammer 40K, yeah. Maybe somebody can do a little graphic, you know, the Warhammer 40K artwork, like Bolt Throwers, Realm of Chaos, and insert Killbot on there, I don't know. A lot of you are good at photoshopping things, so let me know if you get one of those on there. Let's see. Lori Minor, how's the Mountain Dew? Seems very tasty. Me gusta Mountain Dew. It is very good. It is very delicious. Green. Can't go wrong with the original. Let's see. Now let's go back. Oh, I think I see a couple more super chats. Don't worry, I'll get to you. I'm just... Let's see. Ethan the Breakdown. Speaking of Aim It, he just put out a record with Fetid Zombie. Sick shit. Better than any Arch Enemy solo. Yeah, it probably is. Knowing that Arch Enemy has gone way downhill since, you know, Alyssa joined. I thought I saw a $2. Zach Kelly, you demand Killbot. Yeah, thank you, dude. That's a $2 super chat right there. Now, let's see. Let's see, going downhill, see if I miss anybody. Nope. No, I have not. Diego Diaz says Ministry rules good. Yep, they sure do. They are in my top 5 favorite bands ever. I've got 3 of their posters in my room, and of all the bands tomorrow, I'm most excited to see them. Actually, I really don't give a shit about seeing Phil's band. It's probably good, but, you know, It's ministry. Anyway, so y'all hear about the Children of Bodom news? No, I'm not one who listens to Children of Bodom, really, but news broke out pretty recently that 3 members are all leaving at the same time. How about that mess? You know that there's probably some scandalous shit going on when 3 members leave all at once. Like, if one member leaves, it's like, okay, well, maybe he's got some family stuff going on. If 2 members leave, it's like, something's going on here. Maybe some financial disputes. But 3 members? All at once, no less? They're acting nice about it in the news, but I don't know. Something tells me there's some weird stuff going on. It's like Vector a couple of years ago when the whole band quit pretty much a few years ago, and now of course there's no band because David's a dick, which that's a situation that solved itself a few days ago. If y'all been keeping up, the legal proceedings are finally over according to an Instagram post, and if I understand correctly, she's got a restraining order against him for 2 years. Man, why you gotta beat your wives, man? That's evil. Even to a guy like me, that's just cold. But yeah, speaking of members splitting, Massacre. A lot of you probably younger, not really familiar with Massacre. Let me tell you about Massacre. Comprised of former Death members, they released an album in 1991 called From Beyond, and holy crap, it is awesome. Like, nothing they ever did since is that good. In fact, some of it's downright terrible. But that one album, holy shit. Had it been released 3 years earlier, it would have been just as big as Altars of Madness or Leprosy. Song on there, Corpse Grinder! It's fucking badass. Like, the energy, the rawness, the heaviness, it's all there. You know, Rick Ross, he's a godlike guitar player. Cam Lee, he's a fucking masterful death metal vocalist. He's the original American death metal vocalist, really. And what happened about a month or 2 ago is Roz left the band again. So now Cam Lee is trying to do a new version of Massacre, and they're trying to, like, totally overhaul the band, totally new lineup. Terry Butler's probably not going to be in it, and I don't know. Now they're over there shit-talking each other on Facebook, which is sad, because it's like, come on, y'all. You're in your late 40s and early 50s. Can't you just, I don't know, get along and treat each other with respect? I don't know any of those people. But that band, it seems like that band's been cursed since the beginning. You know, they started and they lasted a few years, and then they broke up, or they were put on hold because Roz went to go join Death for Leprosy in that tour. And then after Terry Butler and Bill Andrews were fired from Death after the Spiritual Healing tour, they were like, okay, well, let's get back together. They lasted a couple of years, and then half the members left, and they made the abomination that's Promise, the album. I wouldn't recommend it. It's probably going to be one of the worst albums you ever hear in your life. And then they broke up after that. And then, in the mid-2000s, Cam, without any of the other members, tried reforming the band, and a few people saw it. I don't know how it went. And that band didn't last. And then, in 2012-ish, Terry and Roz got back together, and they did a thing for a couple of years, and broke up. And then the copyright thing happened, and then Cam and Rick got back together again, and now they're broken up. It's a whole mess, the Massacre timeline, and it's a shame, because From Beyond it's a legendary album, okay? For all my younger viewers out there who haven't heard it, you need to. It's wonderful. Now let's see. What else? Oh, The Last Mystic. £5. Thank you very much. Another super chat thing. What's your favorite black metal band? Well, my favorite black metal band has to be Darkthrone. They haven't been black metal totally for a long time now, but you know what? A Blaze in the Northern Sky, it's so cold and dark evil that you gotta blast it every winter. It was actually my introduction to black metal. There was a sale on iTunes in December 2009 titled None More Black. I wanted to get into heavier music and didn't know where to look, but scrolling through the sale, there was Darkthrone, there was Satyricon, there was Immortal, there was Gorgoroth, there was Carpathian Forest. And of all the Christmas money and the iTunes cards I had that Christmas, I bought Darkthrone. And we were supposed to go to a friend's Christmas party. This was in Philadelphia, where it was snowing like 20 inches or something. It was a big snowstorm. And we had to put on big snowsuits and tread through the snow like Vikings. And through my headphones, the first song I turned on through this tread through the snow was In the Shadow of the Horns. The timing couldn't have been more perfect. Anyway. What else? What else? What else? Okay. Sven Donkovic says, hello from Croatia. Hello from the USA! Let's see, what else? Tonight I'm gonna rock you, tonight I'm gonna rock you, tonight I'm gonna rock you, ba ba da da ba. Catherine Garcia asks, are you going to see the Slayer movie? Maybe when it comes out on DVD or something. It might be playing in one theater in North Carolina here, but you know, I'm good. I'm seeing them tomorrow night. That's all the Slayer I need. Let's see. Bavier says, if you could bring any frontmen in rock and metal back from the dead, who would it be? Well, I've been getting into a lot of David Bowie lately. Well, trying to. Huge Ramones fan. Huge Typo Negative fan. Probably Typo Negative Peter Steele. Because if he was back, you know, you could hear his jokes. Oh yes, my life's work. Right here in this vinyl box. Drops on the floor. That's all it's worth. I don't know. A Man 1998. Thoughts on Portal, an extreme metal band from Australia that wears these black masks. Oh, Portal's fucking sick. Wish they toured the States. I'd love to see him. GS97 says, which one is Killbot and which one is Gorgor? Well, Killbot is a character in a Ghoul song titled Rise Killbot Rise, and Gorgor is a Gwar character from the song Gor Gor. So, for anybody who still doesn't know the origin of the channel name, I'm a huge fan of both bands. So, what else is going on? Seems like I'm looking at my phone a lot in this. I know a lot of people are like, oh, you're looking at your phone, blah, blah, blah. GH fan says, man, I just rewatched your Typo Negative video, The World is Circular. You know, it's weird, that Typo Negative video. I uploaded that video on November 5th last year, and right now it is November 2nd. It's hard to believe that came out a year ago. It feels like it was just yesterday, and I feel like it's in my top 5 videos I've ever done. Like, you know, as far as out of control quality goes, and the things scripted, the things said, the things done, and the way it was filmed, you know, I feel like it's one of my peaks. You know, the recent Lords of Chaos video I uploaded a couple months ago, that turned out huge, which I kind of hoped it would, and it did for the right reasons. That's another one. Let's see, The Obscurity of Ministry, Dark Side of the Spoon, which also came out 2 months ago. That was a passion project, and I wanted to make sure I got that one right, so I took extra time with it. And more on those videos later, but yeah, it's hard to believe. A year since that video was uploaded. Kaiser Wilhelm 2, I'd give a super chat, but only have 46 cents. Hey, even if you give 4 cents, it's appreciated. Or if you don't want to give anything at all, that's up to you too. Let's see. This name doesn't matter to you. Asks, are your shirts still available and can they be shipped out of the U.S.? Absolutely. You can buy them on Amazon in certain countries, or if Amazon doesn't ship to your country, you can always direct message me on my Facebook page or my Instagram page, and I can give you a quote. My shirts are pretty cheap. $15 for a short sleeve shirt. Like $3 extra if you want something printed on the back of them, and I can show you pictures. I got hoodies for $30 plus shipping, and I got long sleeves for, I want to say, 20 plus shipping. Oh, and I got a few fridge magnets available too. I really need to update my Instagram story because I tried selling them for like $6 or something and nobody was buying them, so I'm gonna lower the price by like $1 or $2. So yeah, fridge magnets. If you want Killbot fridge magnets, $5 a piece, PayPal, send me a message. I'll be more than happy to send it. Let's see. Murmur asks, what is your favorite Mesfet song? I really like Don't Open Till Doomsday. You might not like what you find inside. Speak of the Devil's really good. Saturday Night's amazing. Attitude's really good. And the lyrics, the thing about the Misfits, what's so amazing about them is the lyrics are terrible. Inside your feeble brain, there's probably a whore. If you don't shut your mouth, you're going to feel the floor. Yeah, whoever wrote those lyrics, they should have became millionaires. Like, forever. Let's see, what else? Fucking kitties. Thalia Manowar, do you like Manowar? Oh yeah, absolutely. I wish they'd tour near me. Oh, another $2 super chat from Dr. Pig. Do you like the band Rammstein? I haven't listened to a whole lot of Rammstein. What I have listened to was on the Lost Highway soundtrack with their badass song, Rammstein. Dun, 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 dun. It's fucking badass. It's pretty cool. I mean, the only thing about Rammstein to me is that, I don't know, the replay value to me isn't quite as much as a band like KMFDM or maybe. But still really good stuff, and there's a reason they've gotten so big. Now, what else? Any more super chats before I move on to the next subject? $3 from the Desecrator. Thank you, dude. Been a sub since 2017, dude. Oh, thank you. And hopefully you'll remain a sub for the rest of this channel's nice, durable life. For anyone who's wondering what the next video is going to be, I got a Metalhead Box video coming up, but ultimately I've got a new song I'm writing. And don't worry, I'm bringing the real drums back. It was nice to hear what a more polished sound would be like with 3 bullets left, and the song was really intense and really good still. But I don't know, the drums I feel like added this rawness and this energy to it. Even if it sounded like shit, it had so much personality. This time I might add samples onto the bass drum though, so it's not gonna sound totally like garbage. What else? Great big titties. Great big cha-cha-bingas! Now, some other things to talk about. Oh yeah, so I got a new cell phone number. Oh, whoa. $5 super chat from Black Metal Meme Thief. Are there any good record stores in North Carolina? Also, why does everybody drive there like it's a NASCAR race? Dude. Anyway, $5. Thank you very much, dude. Well, as far as the NASCAR question, there are a lot of country roads, a lot of back roads, and I don't know. When you have long stretches of road, sometimes it's just so satisfying to go 15 miles over the limit. Now, you shouldn't do it. And I was bad about this when I first got my license, and I've gotten a lot better about it. But the truth is, in a lot of these small towns, the cops, they kind of, I don't know, they're a little hard to spot sometimes. Now, when you go in the downtown areas like Elon, they're pretty much everywhere, so you speed through there, you're an idiot. On the highway sometimes you can go 5 miles over the limit, sometimes you can't. You know, because state troopers, they'll pass you all the time, so you got to be really careful. But as far as the record stores in North Carolina, well, McKay's is really good. They just built a new one over in Winston-Salem. I haven't been to that one yet, but the one in Greensboro, I buy stuff from there all the time. They've got everything. They don't have just CDs. They got DVDs, they got Blu-rays, they got Laserdiscs, they got a whole bunch of books, toys, all kinds of different things. And as far as the CDs go, they got a great metal selection. And actually, I filmed part of a video in there once. This is a man before metal, this is a man after metal. The part where I'm like, what, there's no Nile? What the fuck? Well, that's right there in that store. What else? In Greensboro, there is Hippo Records, which has a huge, huge metal section. And there's one in Durham, and I can't remember the name of it, but they got some cool metal records too. And a friend of mine is probably watching this live stream like, you dumbass, I took you there many times. Sorry. Anyway. Oh yeah, Lunchbox Records in Charlotte. That's also really good. They got, they had Autopsy CDs there when I went. They also had Ghoul CDs, which if you're a store and you have Ghoul CDs, you're a good store in my eyes. And Bolt Thrower. Can't live without Bolt Thrower. $2 from Ed Lundgren. Thank you, dude. I'm sorry if I feel like I'm skipping some of y'all. I'm really not. Just the comments are getting flooded. Anyway, thoughts on Varg Vikernes. He's a goddamn nut. That motherfucker did it. And it wasn't self-defense either. And anyway, he's good at his music. Okay, that's all I'm gonna say. I didn't watch his channel before it was taken down. I think he's goddamn crazy, but you know what? If anything nice can be said about him, he's crazy in an intelligent type of way. You know how Charles Manson was a massive murderer and everything, but when you sat him down to talk to him during an interview, he was always articulate, on point. A sociopath, in other words. Well, sociopaths know how to be charming. Whether you think that's a good thing or a bad thing, you be the judge. I've got my own opinions on that. I think it's a bad thing, but whatever. Have I talked about the new Nile record? I haven't heard it yet. I forgot that it came out today, but I definitely plan on listening to it because I love Nile. And as of today, my Nile video all the way from 2015 is totally obsolete because it doesn't cover this new record. Little fun trivia about this Nile video. For those who don't know, that was a big video for me to make, and what gave me the push to keep doing YouTube was Carl Sanders was nice enough to repost the video onto his page. And people were actually liking it. I was like, wow, I totally ripped into these albums and let loose. And people are loving my insanity, so let's make a thing out of this. And here we are now, 40,000 subscribers later. But what was I talking about? What was I talking about? Oh, my trip to New Orleans. Yeah, so I was in New Orleans for about a week. X-Order were having their album release show on the 19th, and it was really awesome. And the cool thing about New Orleans shows with X-Order is they're really passionate about where they're from. New Orleans, it's in their veins. That's why they sound the way they sound. And so with New Orleans X-Order shows, you have all these people that got to see them back in the day, dozens of times, opening for DRI, opening for all these punk bands, opening for all these massive thrash bands, and people who bought the Get Rude demos and caught the Skank Ball and all that mess. And with the show, it was a really small, intimate setting, and everybody seemed to know each other. Everybody seemed to want to talk to each other, and it felt more like a party or a family reunion than it did a metal show. You know what I mean? Kyle was walking around the crowd talking to everybody. Marzi was talking to everybody. And what else was really cool? X-Order, they played a really long set. They played like 80 minutes, I think. And those motherfuckers, one song on their whole set list, they use a B3 organ. A guy from one of Vinny's older bands, the Mikey B3 band, which is more like a bar, jazz, and blues type thing. Well, he had a B3 organ. That motherfucker can play a B3 organ. Ooh, love the sound of him. No instrument like it. One song, and they loaded that heavy-ass goddamn organ onto the stage for them to play it. It was awesome. And, of course, after the show, there was the New Orleans tradition of going to Pat's Pub after an X-Order show, and, of course, went to do that. Some drunk people there made me laugh, and there was this one guy, I shared an Uber with him. He was a cool dude. He recognized me from YouTube. He was like, oh man, your 45-minute X-Order video. I've seen that video so many times, blah, blah, blah. We shot the shit. And he told me some stories. I told him some stories. He was probably like 15, 20 years older than I was. You know, it was a cool show because it was like, there may have been 3 people in my age group at that show. Everybody there was like in their 40s, 50s, 60s. It was, I'm telling you, it was more like a family reunion than a metal show. Then saw him back in September at that Slaughter Q over in Atlanta. And that was really cool. Security was kind of tight that day, but it's like, okay, whatever. You know, they got to deal with thousands of people today, so let them do their job. Well, an hour after Exodus got off stage, they kicked everybody out. The bands, the people, everybody. And the way you exited the venue that day, there was a bridge over an alleyway that led into a parking garage. Myself and 5 other people were walking over this bridge to leave, and Benny was in the alleyway. He was like, hey, y'all, come on down here. They kicked us all out. And so I somehow get separated from the group. I get down there a minute before everyone else. Benny's gone. I don't know where he is, so I sit around and wait for a minute. And this janitor guy who works for the venue, he walks up to me, hey, are you supposed to be down here? Yeah, Benny just called me down like 30 seconds ago. Who? Benny. Vernie? Benny! He just called us down here 30 seconds ago. He yelled up to the bridge. Well, are you part of the band or crew? I guess crew unofficially. Well, let me see your pass. Dude, I don't have a pass. He just called us down here. Well, they're not here. They left. What do you mean they left? Yeah, they left. I'm sitting there thinking, oh yeah, right. In the 30 seconds it took for me to get down here, they totally left. I'm sitting there thinking, okay, well, can you tell me where they went? Oh, they all went to their hotel rooms. Why would they have hotel rooms when they have a tour bus right there, 10 steps away? I don't know, man, but I can't let you down here without a pass. I resist the urge to call him an asshole, and I just give him a very stern look. I walk like 10 steps away and stop because the rest of the group is coming down the ramp. He gives them the same runaround. And he's like, oh, well, if y'all aren't going to leave, then I'm just going to call security. One of the guys in the group was like, oh, we'll call him then. We're staying here. He called us down, and you probably heard it. Well, a minute later, Vinny finally comes out. He was in the main building getting a water or something. And one of the same guy of the group, he was like, hey, Vinny, you need to talk to your boy over here. He's giving us a hard time. In classic Vinny fashion. Oh, he's an asshole. Has been all night. Right there in front of the guy. It's like, seriously, I understand that you're trying to do your job, but professional hall monitors. Jesus Christ. There's like nobody around. Do I really look that threatening? Come on. Anyway. Let's get back to the comments after that long-winded story. All right. Christopher Gay says, stop watching porn. No, don't stop. It's fun. Someone asks, do you like the band Acid Bath or sludge in general? Like Crowbar, Corrosion of Conformity? Oh yeah, absolutely. In fact, I got to meet one of the guys from Acid Bath at the New Orleans show a couple weeks ago. I forget who it was, but yeah, really, really cool dude. He probably doesn't even remember I met him, but it wasn't even, hey, I'm Tony, blah, blah, blah. Now, I did meet one of the guys from Soylent Green. He was on one album, like Corrosion, started with a C. I don't remember. Anyway. Excuse me. All right. Catherine Garcia asks, how are your cats doing? They're lovely. They're lovely. Thank you. Jezebel was trying to eat a whole piece of bacon this morning. And of course, she couldn't chew the whole piece, so she was kind of choking halfway through. I was like, oh, let me take that away, break off a couple pieces for you. And Rosebud, of course, she's nice and squeaky. Good kitty. Thrash Overload says your hair looks very healthy and luscious. Why, thank you. Let's see. Creep asks, best song from Sound of Perseverance. I say Voice of the Soul because I teared up the first time I heard it, and when I die, I want that song played. That's very deep, but Thrash Overload also asks, ever think of collabing with Jayhawk Films? Absolutely, I'd love to do so. You know, that video they did with Black Metal Werewolf a few days ago is fucking hilarious. Oh my god. Oh, your skin is so soft. Yeah, very cool. So whenever they want to do something, they'll message me. Yeah, maybe I can do like an over-the-internet type thing where I like send them a video and they put it in their thing, splice it in, whatever. Maybe do some green screening effects. I don't know. Yeah, there's I'm open to doing things. With anyone. But yeah, while I was in New Orleans, what did I go see? Oh yeah, so speaking of Exorder, the church that's on the back of the Slaughter in the Vatican album, I went to go visit that church. It was really cool. I was going to do it last year when I first went there, but Marzi told me it was kind of a rough neighborhood, and so I didn't go. But this time I had people with me, and we took some really high quality pictures. You can see them on Instagram. They look really cool. The palm trees aren't there anymore, but they put up a wrought iron gate, which is kind of badass. What else? The picture on the back of the Law album, it's on Fulton Street behind Ernst's Cafe. You can go, I went to go see that, and that was pretty cool. Where else? Oh yeah, the St. Louis Church. That's by Cafe du Monde. That is where the cover for Crowbar Sonic XS in its purest form was shot. That St. Mary statue right there. Got a picture of that, and I got a picture in front of that. A really shitty picture. And the story behind that was some bystander was walking by, and she was like, hey, want me to take a picture of you in front of it? I was like, yeah, sure, why not? Oh, I'm homeless, blah, blah, blah. I gotta help people. I'm like, oh, you're homeless? Well, tell you what. Here's $1. How about that? You got any more? I just gave you $1, and you're asking for more. Choosing beggars. Well, of course, since she's doing a service for me, like taking a picture, I was like, okay, tell you what, here's $2. She took the picture and handed the phone back and walked away. After she walked away, I looked at the picture, and the picture sucked. Life. What else? The Oddfellows Rest Cemetery. That's a real thing. That's for Crowbar fans, there's a cemetery in New Orleans called Oddfellows Rest, and basically it's like a secret society, kind of like the Masons. And technically, you can still join the Society of Oddfellows. I think the rule is you have to have a family member somewhere down the line who was an Oddfellow. Wee-hoo-hoo. Let's see. Thalia Manowar, your favorite Manowar album and song. Hey from Greece. Thank you very much. Probably Louder Than Hell. The album, and favorite song, Die for Metal, obviously. Nope. Warriors of the World. Levin Polka says, your variety of vocal styles is rather dank. In all honesty, you're a great vocalist. Distinctiveness is key for me. Generic sound eats old ass. Looking forward to the new track. Thank you very much. This time I'm also writing a song in 3/4 instead of 4/4, so it's going to be a little disjointed sounding. And that's also a bit of a challenge for me, is just trying to come up with drum beats that can match that time signature. I do have a couple nice riffs that match that time signature, and there are a few that I wrote in 4/4 that I just rearranged and took a few notes out to make 3/4 that actually sound a lot better now. So it's going to be interesting. The big trouble I always have with these songs I write is the runtime. You know, sometimes I have a nice clear-cut song going on, and then I realize, oh shit, you know, it's only 2.5 minutes. You know, how do I make this longer? So, you know, there's a whole section that has to be added in, and all that mess. 3 Bullets Left, it was a different story, because in that case, it was like, you know, there's like 3 different sections going on. And it all leads up to that big end. Dun 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 dun. That was cool. They think they know who I am. All they know is I love to kill. Omar Damien, are you going to the Slayer show tomorrow? Yep, sure am. And if you're going, send me a message on social media, man. I'll be happy to meet you. Yeah, that's my rule. If you know that I'm going to be at these shows, please send me a message. I love meeting y'all. Ask for pictures, whatever. You Looked asks, did you see and did you like Joker? Dude, it was awesome. Saw it on the opening day. Partly for political reasons, you know, just to piss off the leftists and everything who are like, oh, this movie is white nationalist. Oh my God, incels are gonna cause problems and people are gonna die. Morons. The movie was good. Come on. Oh my God, an R-rated movie is violent? Oh, so horrible. Deicide for Life says, what Mountain Dew flavor besides the original is the best? I really like Baja Blast. Let's see, what else? Wow, these comments are flowing through. Let's see, I got 172 people watching right now. So, what's the time? It is 6:47. I'm probably going to cut this off at about 7:15 because I don't want to go on longer than it has to. But I really love seeing it. Oh, $2 more from Black Metal Meme Thief. Thank you very much. Do you know of any bands from Arkansas? Actually, I don't. Odd. Gabriel Omar. Thoughts on Infant Annihilator or deathcore in general? There are good deathcore bands, and Infant Annihilator is kind of cool. I feel like, you know, with every genre, there are bands out there who do things better than others. Like Porno Grind gets shit on a lot by pretty much everybody, but there are a few bands that even for people who don't like Porno Grind, you can get into really easily. Cock and Ball Torture is one of them. I'm also really big into Abscess. They're not Porno Grind exactly, but their first album is hints at it a little. You know what I mean? Like stupid, ridiculous lyrics. Like, listen to, seriously, the first Abscess album, which technically isn't an album, it's a compilation, Urine Junkies by Abscess. Underrated album. Anyone here who hasn't heard it, go listen to it. It's okay, basically the story is Autopsy broke up in '95 because their popularity was kind of going downhill. And after they broke up, 3 of the members formed a new band called Abscess. And with Abscess, it's like there's 2 different styles. There's a raw, sloppy death punk style going on, like with the first album. And then there's this weird, slow, psychedelic doom style like Autopsy can do sometimes. Some people like the death punk stuff, some don't. They just don't care. I think it's awesome. Anyway. Big boobies, big boobies, big boobies. Favorite Ghoul song and album, and favorite Ghost song and album. Well, I don't know. Graveyard Mosh is goddamn awesome. Dungeon Bastards being the best album, and then with Ghost, Monsters Clock, and Meliora. That's from Baviera, by the way. Who else? Luis Eduardo Silva. I'm a Brazilian headbanger. Do you like a band here? Congratulations on the 40K live, the Metal Attack. Why, thank you. Brazilian bands. Yep, Sepultura. Good shit. I believe Nervosa is also from there, too. I could be wrong. Now, what else? Oh, yeah, so... I've also been trying to take better care of myself lately, so I bought a treadmill used. And I've lost somewhere around 10 pounds on it. Got on the scale this morning, and I weigh like 181. And you can't really see it with my belt here. Actually, you know what? I'll take it off for you. Dropped a pant size or two, so that's been really nice. Yeah, you just gotta keep at it. And in my case, you know, it's a combination of eating less and also just doing 2 miles a day no matter what. You know, for basic human activity, people recommend everybody across the board do at least 1 mile of walking a day. And what I do, I try to jog 2 miles a day. And some days I feel so good, I gotta go for a round 2. Do it again. You know, if you've got ZZ Top blaring, or if you've got AC/DC or Cannibal Corpse playing, you might be able to keep going for another 10-20 minutes. Some people don't need music to exercise. I don't see how they do it. Kick-Ass Aussie 3.0 asks, what's your favorite Helmet song? For me, it's Turned Out. Probably Unsung. Love Helmet. I wish their tour stopped here in North Carolina. They came to New Orleans in October, but that was a couple days after I'd flown back home, so it was like, fuck. Love Helmet. Edgar's Bistrovs. Greetings from Latvia. Have Kick-Ass Slayer show tomorrow. Thank you. Thank you very much, dude. It's going to be really good. I can't wait. The parking situation is going to suck tomorrow. It's like $30 to park there. But for those who don't know, in Raleigh, there's a goddamn awesome cheesesteak place called Anvil's Cheesesteaks. So if anybody's going to the Slayer show and they got extra time on their hands, Anvil's Cheesesteaks. It's fucking good. I got their pizza cheesesteak last time. Oh, and the syrup on their soda machine. I'm getting hungry just thinking about it. How long is your PP hand sign from Zero Original Gamer? Well, it's about... actually, no, more accurate, about there. Let's see, what else? Lou asks, what about relationship advice? Well, what relationship advice do you need? Ask any questions. Let's talk about boyfriends and girlfriends. Frankie Creep, opinions on piercings, tattoos, body mods, and do you have any of these? I do not have any, but what I'd like one day is maybe, you know that spear thing that Bolt Thrower has? I don't know, some of you might know what it's called, but anyway, they have 2 of them. 2 different types. They got the one on In Battle There Is No Law, and then there's one for the rest of their albums. One day, I'd like to have one on this arm and one on this arm. And if I ever meet Trent Reznor or Al Jorgensen, maybe I'll think about asking them to sign my back or something and have it tattooed over. Fun fact, Dimebag Darrell, he had Ace Frehley sign his chest, and he had it tattooed over. For those who don't know, he was a big Kiss fan. Alrighty. Underground Sounds, every day is Halloween acoustic. Oh, man. Yep. Ministry released an acoustic version of Every Day is Halloween on Halloween. And I like it better than the original, to be honest with you. The original, it's a cool song. To me, it goes on like a minute too long, maybe. This, like, they trimmed the runtime down a little bit, and the acoustic version, you know, just, I don't know, it sounds creepier, if that makes any sense. Serato Sarid, howdy from Texas. The stars at night are big and bright, deep in the heart of Texas. Wahoo! Howdy from North Carolina, dude. It's getting dark, don't get stabbed from you look. I know. It's only 6:53 right now, so we're not going to end the live stream yet. Maybe in another 10, 15 minutes or so. All right, what else? Mariano Lastiri, what do you think about bands like Converge, Botch, and Dillinger Escape Plan? Converge, for some reason, I just can't really get into. Dillinger, however, I actually saw them live before they broke up. They opened for 9 Inch Nails in 2014. It was intense. It was really intense. And Soundgarden also played at that show, which they're not around either, so it's weird. That's why I try to go to as many shows as I can, because you never know what band is going to break up. Like Pelorian. Last year, they toured the United States. Little did anybody know it was their first tour and only tour, because the fucking band broke up over a Facebook post. Yeah, it was a dick post, but is this what metal has been reduced to? For those who don't know, John Hamm, who's paying tribute to the actor who's in that Hitler meme, Hitler Reacts meme, you know what you were talking about? And he was like, oh, too bad Jew Book is taking down all these posts about the actor because he played Hitler. Yeah, pretty racist comment. Now, how you feel about John is your business. His bandmates, however, quit the band because of that comment. It's like, okay, I understand if you're offended by it, but seriously? A Facebook comment? That's why you're breaking up a band? You know, real bands break up over real problems. You know, like, I don't know, the drummer's trying to fuck the bass player's wife, or the singer dies, or there's money issues, or their popularity declines, or the whole band dies in a plane crash. But now we're breaking up bands over Facebook posts. You know what? No one is going to judge you if you stay friends with this person. Whatever. I mean, that's just my opinion. It's you have a right to be offended. I think breaking up a band over it was just an overreaction. That's just my opinion. You know what I mean? It was still a dick post and a dick thing to say, but whatever. Alrighty. Alejandro Hernandez, are those fucking gunshots? I think so, because there is a fire department down the street, so they gotta do police training every once in a while. Jazz Mekki says, when you say the spear thing, do you mean the symbol with 8 arrows pointing in different directions with the eye in the middle? Because that's the mark of chaos from Warhammer 40k. Yes, that's it. And I knew there was a name for it, and for whatever reason, I couldn't think of it. But yeah, they got 2 of those. They got the one that's on Realm of Chaos and everything afterwards, and then there's the one that's just on In Battle There Is No Law, like the low-budget version. Yeah, I'd like to have one of each on each arm. Mike Westfall, don't forget to turn your clocks back tonight. Yep, that's right. Daylight savings. So set your clocks back once it turns 2 a.m. Let's see, what else? Frankie Creep asks, while we're on the topic, how was your Halloween? I went to see the Tits, a punk band from Japan. And do you like punk as much as metal? I like punk. I don't like it as much as metal, but I really like punk and its aesthetic and everything it stands for. Like the Ramones, they're one of my favorite bands of all time. Strung Up, really good music. Spaz, obviously, can't get enough of them. My Halloween, it was like any other day. You know, now that I've gotten older, I don't really see holidays as special anymore. But what I used to do, as a tradition, I used to either watch Evil Dead 2 on Halloween, Dawn of the Dead on Halloween, or the Beavis and Butthead Halloween special. I am Bong Horio! Give me all your caca! You take my kid's candy and I kick your ass! Paw! Happy Halloween! Bogenhagen, how is my drawing doing? It's doing pretty good. Not your average basket case says, congrats on the weight loss. Keep it up. Thank you. Thank you very much. And in my case, it's not going to take much to get down to my goal, which is just like 5 more pounds and I'm good. In my case, it's just more of a thing of, you know, just keep exercising, keep hitting the water. Don't overeat. There's so much good food in this town that it's kind of hard to pass it up when you go buy it. I did stop eating Domino's a couple weeks ago because it was, I don't know, maybe it was just this one location, but it was messing my stomach up pretty bad, so I just had to stop. Deicide for life. Thoughts on the Hoffmans still shitting on Glenn Benton over Facebook? They've been doing that for over a decade now. They're going to continue doing it. And you know what? Glenn's just as bad. He shits on them. They shit on each other. One of the Hoffmans, he was a guitar builder for a long time, and he came down with COPD. And if I'm not mistaken, he now works with Dean Guitars in some department. I don't know. Well, there's a forum on Google that he apparently charged somebody for a guitar back in 2014, and the person never got their guitar. And Brian went months and months and months at a time without messaging this guy or calling this guy, and he eventually just sold the guitar on Reverb and didn't hand the guy his guitar. So the guy was scammed out of his money, which is unfortunate. But hey, there's a forum on this. Go read it. I mean, don't take my word for it. Read it. Desecrator says, where do you recommend I buy a badass leather jacket from? It's getting hella cold out. I suggest going to angryyoungandpoor.com because they got a whole bunch of jackets in different styles. Mainly they have the Ike coats like they have in England. You know, like the Sex Pistols, Johnny Rotten, that type thing. Or you can go to your regular thrift store and you can get used jackets for relatively cheap. Just make sure that the quality's good. There are no rips, tears, anything. Now, if it's like a corner tear in the stitching, you can redo that very easily. Just, you know what I'm talking about, like bullet holes in your jacket, like Boondock Saints. It's getting dark out. All right, scrolling down. It is now 7:02. It is now 7:02. So, what else are we going to talk about? We're going to talk about the last couple videos I did. For those a lot of you may know this already, but I had a big copyright battle for my Lords of Chaos video back in August, I believe it was. And it was weird because my first upload, I mispronounced De Mysteries Dom Satanus. No, De Mysterious Dom Satanus. Yeah, that's what it's pronounced. Well, I mispronounced that in the first upload. Somebody shit on me for it, and I was like, fuck, this video is going to get big. I need to redo this. So, had to redo that. And then when I redid it, I got hit with a copyright claim. It's like, okay, well, I can deal with copyright claims. I mean, most of the time, they go away in a matter of days. But they kept rejecting my claims. And I had to, like, spell out in very specific terms how my video was fair use. And nobody was responding. It was like they kept hitting reject, reject, reject. And eventually my video was taken down for 6 days. And I couldn't get up with anybody. The studio who claimed it is in Germany. So there's the language barrier. I try to call these people and they can't understand me, so hang the phone up. I tried faxing them and their fax machine wasn't working, so that didn't work. I emailed like 3 or 4 different email addresses, and finally, after 6 days, somebody responded and the video was reinstated. I was like, okay, awesome. Now, if I have to do anything with this video ever again, I'm going to run screaming and moving traffic. Bye! But yeah, the video last time I looked is at 107,000 views. I'm proud of that. And the way the video was written, you know, I knew if I was going to pick a side, it had to be a stanceless review analysis. Because if I said it was good or if I said it was bad, I was going to get shit on either way. So, okay, tell you what, why don't we make a middle ground video, a fair video, a stanceless video? All it does is present the information. What's in the movie? Most of the other channels that talked about this movie, they shit all over it, talked about how horrible it was, all the bad things in it, but they didn't show clips of the movie, and they didn't really talk about what they enjoyed about it. So it's like, okay, tell you what, I'll show you the movie, I'll explain why the filmmaking decisions were made, you know, such as, you know, wanting to use English-speaking actors. I'll explain the reactions from the metal community and the bands. I'll explain how movies are made in Hollywood, like how they're, you know, twisted around for entertainment if they're historical movies, you know, things like that. And I'll present it to you, and you can make up your own mind as to whether you think you're going to like this movie or not. Because here's the thing, if you make a video where you're bashing the movie or a piece of work nonstop, that creates an environment where everybody's going to want to bash the movie nonstop. So if you have that middle ground where you don't take a stance either way, people are more willing to be honest. Because believe it or not, there are people who like this movie. And they say so in the comments, or they say, well, I didn't like this and this, but I really like what they did here and here. Okay, good. You know, we have people who are willing to be honest with themselves. Good. I know my video was a little late in the game, months after everybody made their videos on it, but I feel like, you know, this video had to be made for that reason. You know, I wanted to wait long enough that people's hurt feelings could go away, so that way people can give it a fair shake. And then, the next big video, The Obscurity of Ministry Dark Side of the Spoon. That was a sleeper hit. It didn't get a lot of views at first, but over time it climbed up exponentially. I'm proud of that one. See, I called it The Obscurity of Ministry Dark Side of the Spoon because, to me, it's the most obscure and inaccessible sounding album they've ever done. Some people are like, obscure? Well, how is it obscure? Well, that depends on your definition. If by obscure you mean hard to find, well, it kind of is, but not really. It's not an underground album. It's a goddamn Ministry album, released on a major label. But obscurity as in its sound. Because if you watch the video, you will learn that it is a very unique sounding album. I've never really heard an album like it. But yeah, it's an album where, you know, you can't really find a lot of information about it on the internet. The current internet, anyway. And so I had to go on the Internet Archives, and I bought like $50 worth of magazines from that era off of eBay, and from those magazines I was able to make a good script. And I feel like I made the ultimate, you know, celebration, appreciation video for that album. If you want to learn anything about that album, this is the one place on the internet you need to stop. You don't need to go anywhere else ever again after this. And there will be an Animos to Samana video coming December. I'm already planning that. I'd also like to do a video in that format on Slaughter in the Vatican, maybe Ripping Corpse, Streaming with the Dead, Skinny Puppy, The Process. That would be a good one. A lot of people have been saying, oh, do one on 9 Inch Nails. Well, okay, maybe I'll do one on Broken. Okay, it's getting dark out. So, it is now 7:08. Let's scroll through the comments, shall we? 'Cause that's what we're here for. Okay, scrolling through the comments. Diego Diaz, congrats on 40K. Thank you very much. Vengeance Falls 96, both holes. Yeah, my husband never does that. All right. Alright, I'm just scrolling through comments here. I'm not ignoring y'all. Great Old One asks, how do you feel about the new X Order? You know, it's weird. It took me a couple listens to really get into it. The first time I heard it, I wasn't in love with it, but after the second and third listen, I really like it. I don't know what it is. Maybe it's the production that was a bit off-putting, because I'm so used to X Order sounding rough, and on this album they sound really clean and well produced and everything. So I'm like, wait a minute, X Order with good sounding production, not sheet metal sounding guitars like on The Law. Okay. But yeah, the songwriting was really well done, and you can tell everybody's hearts were into it. Chris Nail, the original drummer, he got to play on the song Ripping Flesh, which, good, he needed to be on it. And that's an underrated song. Oh, $5 from LEMCL. You're cute, okay? Bye. Oh, thank you, and thank you for the money. Thank you for participating. It was awesome talking to y'all. Let's see. What else? And we're gonna end this in a few minutes, but Elephant Destroyer 5000. Bro, I want to get into punk, but every famous band everybody likes sounds the same to me. Would you suggest me a band to get into punk? I suggest Code 13, really good. I also suggest Spaz and Strung Up. Really good stuff. And most of those can be found on Bandcamp now. So, good luck. Like, anything from Havoc Records is really fucking good. Space Void Studios. Are you familiar with Funeral Doom metal? If so, what are your thoughts on bands such as blah, 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 blah? Asunder's Funeral Doom, and I really like them. I mean, some of it, you know, I kind of have to really be awake for because it's so droning and everything, but, you know, it's good stuff. Please make a video on the most underrated thrash metal bands that deserve to be alongside the Big Four and the Teutonic Four. Maybe I'll do it. I mean, I made a couple Ghoul videos, but I'll see what else I can do. Okay, well now it is 7-11, so I think I'm gonna do one more topic and then end this. You know what? I've talked about most of these. The Angry Video Game Nerd. For a long time, he's been my favorite internet person. In fact, when I first started this channel, it was basically Angry Video Game Nerd worship. Except I wasn't talking about video games, I was doing that style of video talking about metal and records, Autopsy, Dystopia, bands like that. And after a while, I evolved into my own thing. So yeah, those really early videos, or like the end of the Ball Thrower video, you can definitely tell the AVGN influence. But I've been seeing some things lately where people have been criticizing his declining quality. And a lot of it comes from he's not writing the videos anymore, he's not editing them, he's not even playing the games. He has a group of people known as Screenwave Media. They're doing a lot of the work for him, which, okay, I can understand them editing his videos, because editing, it can be tedious, it can be time consuming. It can take a week sometimes to get a really well edited video done if it's huge. But in this case, you know, a lot of I realized after reading some of these criticisms that the last year of AVGN, I watched them once and totally forgot about them. But there have been videos from the 2000s that he's done that people still binge watch all the time. You know, that was a model for my channel, and still is, you know, to try to make timeless content. You know, videos people can watch years from now. You know, you had the nerd ripping into games and, you know, being over the top about it. Hopefully he bounces back. Might be too late. The big thing he'd have to do is start writing the videos again, but that might not happen. It's unfortunate, but Life goes on, but I will always be grateful for those wonderful years of pre-movie angry video game nerd. Yeah, plumbers don't wear ties. That's one of my favorite reviews of his. Back to the Future revisited. That's another one. The Batman reviews. Really good stuff. Anyway, I'm going to read these last comments, and then we're going to end this here. Thrash Metal saying, yeah. Killbot, what's your favorite guitar solo in metal? Huh, well. Probably The Number of the Beast. Oh, nope. One Shot at Glory. Judas Priest. Yes. He's gonna take you back to the past. To play the shitty games that suck ass. You'd rather Terrorized Innards. Can you make a video on Rings of Saturn? Maybe I will. Their drummer's fucking sick. Favorite Immolation album artwork? Probably Dawn of Possession. Atonement was really good too. Sunflower. Am I single? No, I'm not. I am very happily taken. With my soulmate. Anyway, it is 7:16 now, so I want to thank every one of you and end this live stream right here. Thank you all for the super chats. Thank you all for the company. It was wonderful seeing every one of you. I'm probably going to be seeing Jenna Tortures and Charlotte in December. And if anybody happens to see me at Slayer tomorrow in Raleigh, please walk up, say hello, ask for a picture, ask for a handshake. I don't know. I love meeting y'all. And hey, 40,000 subscribers. Let's keep them going. Grind on!